I don't know how to get this to be lighter. Let me see something real quick. There, that's lighter. That's better. Okay, so welcome to my podcast for the night. So we're going to be covering a lot of things today, especially with Jesus' birth coming up. Just different things, grief, pain, everything. And watch me only talk about like one of these topics. But that being said, so I want to start out with talking about God actually and how he provides for our needs, like every single need that we need. Because today, I'm gonna be completely honest, I am deep in debt, and hello, I'm Faith Pawlowski, and I'm deep in debt. But I'm deep in debt, and I'm getting out like very slowly, which thank God I'm getting out, thank God. But there are times where I'm like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to pay this bill so this person doesn't go further in debt? You know, like different things. And it's very simple. Those who trust in the Lord will run and not grow weary. They will, and it's all about trusting in God. And I'm not saying don't do your part, because I used to have that problem to where like, oh my goodness, to where I just would, my brother wants me to link me to my podcast. I don't know how to link him. I'm going to say I don't know how. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to begin this conversation with God because God is so good. Amen. And he has like a perfect plan for every single one of us. And I'm learning that every single thing that happens throughout the day, and I'm talking like every single thing that happens throughout the day, is in his design. So like, say like you hear a song on the radio and it seems like it's like speaking to you, and it's like, oh, I can't take this, but I know if you help me, I'll get through this, just like different things. And then today I realized, I knew that God was behind it all, but like, I realized every single thing comes from love, and every single thing comes from his hand. And it's kind of like that verse in the Bible, actually. It's like every good and perfect gift comes from above, down from the Father of lights. And it's basically saying like he is a very good, generous God that just pours his gifts, his blessings upon us because we're his children. You know what I mean? So I just want to talk about that. And then I want to talk about the fact of Christmas. Of course, the debt thing I was talking about, God just provides. Like today, this is a really good example. I took this girl in Uber to a Subway, okay? And then she accidentally left something in my car. So I came back to the Subway and I was joking around. I was like, you have to give me a free sub then. She did. And it was a foot-long sub, and she gave me ranch with it. And like, I just like came home and I was like, she didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? And she maybe wouldn't have done it. There's just so many things that are against it or whatever. But like, God knew that we need more food. I'm not saying we're starving, but you know what I mean? Like, he provides. He definitely provides. And then I wanted to talk about Christmas because I don't know if you guys are out there for like anything like Christmassy. Like if you guys like didn't get your gifts, or like you're in pain, or you don't feel like celebrating Christmas, or just different things. I, for one, I haven't bought one single Christmas gift. I have not. And it's not because I'm the Grinch, but there is so much on my mind, and I'm trying to get out of debt. So I decided this year I might make my Christmas gifts. I might we have like oats. So I might make like my, I hope they're not watching this, but make my brother and my sister-in-law like granola, just different things that will suffice. You know what I mean? Another thing is I feel like sometimes we get tied into the hustle and bustle of like Christmas, but we don't focus on Jesus, which is the reason for the season. And so I just want to talk about that a little bit. So I feel like, I don't know how to explain this. Like Jesus is, you know, God, and he comes to earth and he's there for us, you know, peace, love, hope, joy, you know, all those things. And it's funny when I pray for other people, I'm always like, give them peace, give them love, give them joy, give them hope, you know, all these good things that he came to earth for. And somebody said this, and I actually think it's kind of pretty precise and on point, but they said the reason Jesus was born as a baby, came to earth as a baby and born as a baby, is because he wanted to show how much he loved us. And he wanted to show that even as an infant, like a little baby, he, you know, he's so humble in that way. And it's just like, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's more like if we need mercy, we're going to go to that baby more than we're going to go to like him walking in the desert, if that makes sense. Like he came to give forgiveness too. And that leads me to talking about like why Christmas came up in the first place. So Christmas is Jesus coming to earth to die. That's literally what it is. And it's interesting because, but you know, like the gifts and stuff are good too, but it's interesting because it just, like he came to die, born to live, born to die. But I just want to talk about that real quick because like he comes to earth, he's there to come to earth to die on the cross, and he comes as a babe in Bethlehem. And it's interesting because he came so humbly, like this is God, okay? This is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, you know, everything. He deserved to have been born in like a huge castle, you know, like there's guards at the door, there's a nice little delivery room, you know, there's just like all this stuff. And he's on earth, which is the Valley of Tears. Yeah. So he was born, you know, in Bethlehem. Joseph and Mary were like going to, you know, get, what is that called? I can't think census. Okay, so it's to a census to get enrolled. And while they're on their way there, or like, I think they were on their way there, or I would say they did it already. But while they were there, Mary becomes like, it's her time to have the baby. My thing that's interesting about that is like, she gave birth. She didn't have anyone to give birth, anyone to help her, give birth, except for like St. Joseph. But it's interesting. She had like her home birth or whatever. But anyway, so they're knocking at these doors and the people are opening the doors to the ends. Now this is like a little ditzy inn. And they're just like, we don't have room for you. And Joseph could have been like, look, this is God, like get a room, you know, get a room. But he didn't. Like it just shows their humility and the poorness and the simplicity. And then of course they go to a stable, a legit stable, and you know, she has Jesus, she wraps him in swaddling clothes, she lays him in a manger, and a manger is like where, you know, animals eat. So my like meditation about this manger is like, as you know, it has like hay or straw or whatever in it, but as he's like laying there like in the manger, the like ox and ass or whoever eats like straw like picks it out from underneath him. It's just so cute. It's just a cute little like meditation. But that's what I think. But it's like, and then the kings come and give him gold and frankincense and myrrh. The shepherds come, you know, they give honor. Is that how you say that? Honor to him and Mary and Joseph. But ultimately, Jesus came to die. Like he didn't come for like the glory of this world. Like it just shows that he came to die. And if we think about that, we can understand that, like, I don't know, he's just so loving. You know, he's born loving, he dies loving, he resurrects loving. And we can't forget about that. Like, Jesus's death was a horrible death. Like, the most horrible death ever. But what we need to remember is, even though he was humiliated and obedient to the cross and died, he also resurrected and he came back to life. Like, he was dead and then he was alive. And I think that's really powerful. And I think something we need to remember too is we have that power that Jesus had in the resurrection in us. So we have to remember that. We have to just go forth and proclaim the gospel to the world. I would say, thank you, Ozark. You should subscribe. I would say, like, if you're having trouble, like, you know, with anything in life, just pray to God. I forget what I was going to say. If you're having trouble proclaiming, thank God I remembered. Like, the way to convert someone to be a Christian or, you know, a Catholic or whatever, the way to convert them would truly be to be a good example. Because if you go up to someone giving them pamphlets and stuff, sort of like a Jehovah's Witness, and just be like, look, like, we want you to be Christian, or like, you'll be damned if you don't become Catholic, or just something stupid like that, they're not going to come and they're not going to be who you want them to be. But like, if you actually be the light of the world and you don't hide and you just, you know, say you're in public and you want to bless yourself like this, you want to bless yourself and you're like not afraid to do it, but like, you just don't want to do it. You're like, they're going to think I'm weird or people are going to judge me. And it's like, who cares? Like, we need to be the light in this world today. Even like in today's world, we need lights. We need people that are the elect. Like, while you're young or even while you're old, be a light. Like, just be a light. Love people. Love God. Love, you know, life. You know, you should love life where you're at. I'm not saying don't go forward and, you know, try to do things in life and stuff. No, you know, it's good to have ambition, but you have to, like, be happy with the cross and where you're at in order to go forward. And this is something I'm like telling myself, because I'm always like, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I don't live where I'm supposed to be. I just, all this stuff. And it's like, that might be true, but like, I don't know. I just feel like we gotta trust God. Yeah. Oh, this is better. Wow. I should do this next time. It's my little window. Hi everyone. I love you guys. But yeah, so for those of you who are watching and didn't subscribe, you totally should, because I love subscribers, because it just shows me, I don't know, I like talking to people on here. I really do. I like talking about God in general. But I have a surprise for you guys. So I wondered if you guys wanted me to sing. And if you do you want me to sing like, "Oh, come divine Messiah, the world in silence waits the day when hope shall sing its triumph and sadness flee away. Dear Savior, haste, come to earth, dispel the night, and show thy face, and bid us hail the dawn of grace. Oh, come, divine Messiah, the world in silence waits the day when harp shall sing its triumph and sadness flee away." Okay, so, but I can't be on here too long. I got stuff to do. And like I said, I want to make Christmas gifts, so I got to get on it. Really get on it. And I got to go to bed early because I got to get up for work. But, okay, so let's do this. Let me sing one more song and then I'll go. So I was just reading people comments. Okay. Trying to think. I was singing a song today in the car. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I should sing that song. And it's a sad picture. The final blow hits you. Somebody else gets what you wanted again. And all the sound the same. Another time and place. Repeating history, and you're getting sick of it. But I believe in whatever you do. And I'll do anything to see it through. Whoops. 'Cause these things will change. Can you feel it now? These walls that they put up to hold us back will fall down. This revolution, the time will come for us to